Did Austin ever talk to you and be like, hey, I want to do this match. I think it would be hot.
Well, we weren't going to have a Brawl for All match.
But I mean after to do the program.
He didn't say that. I mean, it was like a dead issue almost, It was just, because I think he was already in a program, but it was something that was going to develop,
Yeah.
But it didn't happen because my last name wasn't Williams, I guess.
Yeah.
And I wasn't JR's boy.
Right.
And he's so mad because it was a big joke. And actually, I still hang around there a little bit because Steve come out and jumped me. I had a match with Bob Holly, a hardcore match. Great match. Boom, boom, boom. And Steve comes out, boom, and throws me off. Bob comes down, pins me, da-da-da.
Yeah.
And they're like, who's that? Who's that? And a couple weeks later, he comes off with a mask. And God, it was a big joke. And that was right around the time I fought Butterbean.
Yes.
And that was like the week or two before Butterbean.
Who from the office called you and said, hey, we want you to fight Butterbean?
I believe it was Jim Ross.
Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that. And actually, to be honest, I watched him fight. I was like, well, and I've had a lot of fights. And I legitimately, I can beat him. I think I can beat him.
Yeah.
I can beat him today. So they come up with this thing, you want to fight, I said, yes. They sent me, WWF sent me to a boxing gym.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
For 5 weeks, I went to a boxing gym.
Yeah.
To learn how to box.
Yeah.
Okay. Wrong thing to do, because now I've done what I've done for years, for 20, 25 years, fought in the streets or whatever, however you want to say, streets and everything that I've done. Now I'm going, and everything I've done is wrong.
Yeah.
But it's worked for me.
It's like you're working against yourself at this point.
Exactly. So now they're teaching me how to hold my feet, hold my hands, punch, body language, and all that.
Yeah.
So I go in this fight as a green fighter, my first fight, 5 weeks of training. Butterbean at that time, so I think he's had like 40 fights.
Yeah.
Okay. So I go out. Because I remember the guy said, just get out first. I think I went out, and when I jabbed, and then he would come over with overhand right, caught me.
Yeah.
And did knock me out, knock me down, and then I think I hit again. I've only seen the match one time.
Okay.
And then I watched it. I think that night I watched it because they showed a replay of it. I watched it. I've never seen it then. If I see it on the internet, I've never watched it. Don't care to watch it.
Yeah.
And I don't care. But it just. But before the match, they said, okay, you can't do takedowns. It's supposed to be a Brawl for All match.
Yeah.
But they made it strictly boxing. They sent me this boxing school, and I did everything different. They didn't want me to lift weights. I dropped like almost 25, 30 pounds.
Wow.
Because of the training I was doing and all that. But I was uncomfortable, and I was green. And then even before the fight, I didn't feel right.
Yeah.
That's just me. And then after that, I wish I could have took it back and redone the whole thing.
Yeah.
And done it my way. Same thing might have happened, but I would have been happier. But now he's doing MMA, so I may have my chance to get back.
You might.
Yes.
You might. Going into the fight, obviously you were made the promise with the Brawl for All that you'd have the run with Austin. They didn't come through. Were you made any promises? Hey, after this fight, we're going to do this, and that with you?
No, I could see that. I could see the writing on the wall. I think what was happening, they thought I was getting too hot to handle. I think they thought they couldn't control me. Because like I said, I didn't kiss ass.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like, oh, please, let me do something. I was like, hey, what do you guys got for me? Come on. I did this, and you guys aren't doing nothing.
Yeah.
I wasn't really pleasant, but I wasn't rude.
Yeah.
So I can almost see the writing on the wall, and I'm thinking, wow, if I do this Butterbean fight and beat him, they don't have a choice. I'm thinking this in my own mind.
Yeah.
They don't have a choice to do something. I mean, they got to do something. If they don't, they're bigger idiots. They're not doing anything with me after the Brawl for All. And I took a chance, and I gambled.
Yeah.
Like I said, anybody could go. This last weekend, Krokoff.
Yeah.
Like, who would ever have thought he would get knocked out with a kick to the head by a Brazilian, by the guy that you got? I mean, it happens. It happens to the best. And he's one of the best in the world.
Exactly.
So, I got caught.
Yeah.
So that's all I can say about that. But hopefully I'll get my, and since then I've had 2 MMA fights. And the 2 guys I fought, Butterbean's fought.
Yeah.
And I've done better against those 2 than he's done. So that's something for me to look
There's obviously money on the table for a rematch with you and Butterbean by somebody.
Well, it depends by who, yeah. WWF could bring us back.
Yeah.
But, they don't have any interest in me. And actually, they've had some other storylines. When Bradshaw had his big push, when they they was doing his thing with Booker T, I called him up. This is, I wasn't, like in the last, I think it was like a year and a half ago. I called him up and said, hey, let me run this idea by you guys. Johnny, I ran the idea by Johnny. Because me and Johnny are friends. And I said, Johnny, listen. I said, Bradshaw, champion, big push, tough guy, running wild all over everybody. How about if I come in do some stuff, maybe jump them, do whatever. But the object is, I beat him in a brawl for all. You can show some tapes, and then the final thing, big pay-per-view, he kicks my ass, knocks me out, I'm out for the count, done.
Yeah.
He's over like $1 million.
Yeah.
They shot it down.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, and then I go, why? And they go, they said that people wouldn't remember. And I went, it takes 2 weeks of TV tapings of showing a few tapes of me going through everybody and knocking him out. But I think what it is, they didn't want to give me the exposure.
Yeah.
Because they don't, I have heat and Ross. I think Ross probably shot it down.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the best thing. And I'm thinking if Bradshaw knows this, he'd love it. Because he would love to get his, because I knocked him out. He's a tough guy,
Yeah.
He'd love to, whether it was a work or not, he'd love to be able, and he'd say whatever he wanted.
You think Jim Ross still holds that against you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow.
Just, I don't think he forgets.
Wow. That's interesting. So how did your time in the WWF finally come to an end?
Then I started going to Japan, and they weren't using me. I said, hey, look, you guys aren't using me. They go, oh, well. And I called Vince. I said, why can't I go to Japan? You guys aren't using me. What's it hurting? The rust is staying off me, and that's fine. And then they called me up and was going to give me my release. I said, fine, I'll take it.
Wow. Were you surprised at Billy, your former partner's success that he had with Road Dogg? Because I mean, he really went to the top with that.
No, not really. I mean, he's very charismatic. He's very good.
Yeah.
And as that whole DX, because Billy's kind of an ass too at the same time. Very, I would say, don't get me wrong, I like him and everything, but he'll tell you the same. He's like, look at me, I'm gonna show off. All the attention's on me. So that was perfect for him. I mean, if they would have gave him a different gimmick, he probably wouldn't have been as successful. But the DX gimmick, look at me, all that stuff, that was perfect for him. That fit right into his character. And that's why I think that's why he excelled. Excelled. So if he would have did that gimmick right from the get go, it would have been skyrocketed from the get go.
Yeah.
That was just him.
Wow. Now, what do you think is a tougher schedule for you? Your schedule in the WWF or your schedule in All Japan when you go over there for tours?
Oh, WWF.
Yeah.
Stuff. Well, what I liked about All Japan, because you go for 2-3 weeks at a time. But we fly over, and every day you wrestle. Every day you get 1 day off a week. Okay. Bus rides are long. Sometimes it might be a couple hours. Sometimes they could be 8 hours. But what would happen? It's a bus ride. So you go, you check in, you go to the bus. And or they check in, they say, okay, be downstairs 10 o'clock. Be downstairs 9:45, 15 minutes early, Japanese. Get on the bus, drive to the next place, stop for lunch, go to the next hotel, they go straight to the building. It just depends on the time travel. Check in, they say, okay, be down here at 4:30. So you come down at 4:30, you go to the building. Then they give you like an hour and a half to work out before the doors open. And the doors open, we wrestle. They start the shows at 6 o'clock.
Wow.
You're done by 8:30. You're back at the hotel, you're showered 9:30. You go eat. If you want to go out, eat, drink, whatnot. You're back in your room. And then, so you get a good night, but you never have to drive. You don't have to search for hotels. You don't have to look for stuff. Someone takes you everywhere. So in that respect, it's hard. It's hard on your body because it's a lot physical. It's like if 30% of it is real here, 80% it's real in Japan. I mean, that's just that much different. The first time, and you get sore, and and I don't actually. What I did when I went, I didn't train when I went to Japan weights wise. I did all my training at home. Then I go to Japan. Then I just wrestled, and went out and drank, and did everything that we do.
Yeah.
And then and then I get beat up and get sore, and then I come home and I recuperate for a couple of weeks, and then I start working out and training again. I've never had a broken bone until I went to Japan. I broke my jaw twice.
Really?
Broke my jaw twice.
Wow. Who was it that broke your jaw?
First time, broke it Quada.
Okay.
Kicked me, then turned my head, kicked me around the butt of the jaw, cracked it. Second, third day in the tournament, or second or third day in the thing, I wrestled 2 weeks with a broken jaw. I went there, they took me to the doctors, I got x-rays, I couldn't eat, couldn't open my mouth, I was just drinking some protein drinks, and it just hurt like hell. It took it was almost like 9-10 days before I could eat. Got home, went to the doctors because it was still hurt, I couldn't open my mouth. I had crack, it was hairline fracture.
Wow.
So they talked about it, they said, well, it's already been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we can wire it, but it's not really nothing we do, just let it go. I said, okay. And then like 6 months later, I got a forearm in the mouth, and it cracked, it broke the other side.
Oh.
So then that was...
Who gave you the forearm, do you remember?
Yeah, it was a young boy. We called him Oklahoma.
Oh.
But it was think of it in a minute.
Okay.
But young boy, and I told him I was going to kill him. Actually, he hit me. It was stiff, and I hit him light, and then he hit me again. It was stiff, so I hit him harder. He hit me harder.
Yeah.
But he already broke it. I could have broke it. I knew what it felt like because your lips go numb and you just get a different feeling. Because from the first time I broke it, and then I whacked him, put him down.
Yeah.
Because I was actually selling it, and I would fire back, boom, whacked him, put him down. I went down, and then the ref kind of made a comment about it, and then I told Fuji.
Yeah.
I told Fuji, I said, I want a single match with him. When I came back, my jaws broke. I want a single match. He was scared to death.
Really?
Scared to death. Young Wayne, he's fine. But
Yeah.
I was just scared. I wasn't going to beat him up.
Yeah.
I just, they were like, Japanese were all on. I'm like, stiff. He goes, I'm so sorry, But nice kid. He just didn't know. He's, green.
Yeah.
But then I came home and actually had it wired shut that time.
Wow.
So that was bad. I went and looked, and I was like, I'll let it go. And then when I looked at my mouth, I thought it was like twisted.
Yeah.
So I got it wired.
Did you lose a lot of weight?
No, I lost like maybe 10 pounds.
Okay.
I was drinking like 9 protein shakes a day.
Okay.
Because you can't do that. I tried to drink some cream of chicken soup, and it all got stuck and all that, and then I had to get a pill crusher because I couldn't take any pills because I couldn't even show them in.
Wow.
And I had liquid Loracet, and all that because it hurt so bad.
Yeah.
But it was different. Then I finally got it off, and I was like, oh my! I thought, man, I'm gonna eat so much. Then I went and I ate like maybe 10 bites, and I was full. My stomach shrunk right up, and I like, oh wow, and then eventually my stomach starts back out.
Yeah.
It was different. It was interesting.
TitleMatchNetwork.com